how's it going, everybody? Welcome. Yeah, I know that. Well, first off, let me say I was gonna do this on Sunday, but I noticed that some of you folks are anxious to know why they're not able to self-promote on my Discord. So I'm gonna have that full discussion now. Okay. Sorry, just reading a text message. Yeah, the reason why I decided to make some changes to the Discord in terms of who gets to use the self-promotion tab, that is because I noticed that there had been so much lack of activity that has been going on my channel. It's not even funny. In fact, some of those that were active for quite a long time who were granted the loyal members perk, a lot of them were not showing up. So Um, I don't want to get right down to the bottom line just yet because so then I noticed that the only time that I've ever got to see them active was not other than the self-promotion tab. In fact, that was literally the only thing that I have noticed that was still and only remaining active. And I was a little baffled by it because when I gave people permission to promote their stuff through that thing, that was because they were showing up from my live streams, they were viewing my videos, leaving comments, and because that neither one of those things was happening, and because nobody was even bothering to spare a single minute or two to share any of my content out through their own community tabs or whatever source of social media platform that they were using, I was hardly ever getting any sort of activity. And of course, one person suggested that I should start making shorts. I mean, I could do that, but it's not going to be enough. Even though if I do make shorts, that alone is not going to be enough because I'd expect my supporters to help grow this channel as much as they could, because that was literally the bottom line when somebody joins this channel. And the only person that was sharing my content out, even though he wasn't active through my live streams quite a bunch or any of those things, but except he was active after watching my videos that were uploaded, but Ryan was the only one who was sharing my content out through his community tabs. And I really do much appreciate it. And I immediately gave him the loyal members perk on my Discord and gave him permission to use the self-promotion tab because of those very reasons. And some of those who were still active on my YouTube channel and who are a part of the Discord, most of those people were still given access to the self-promotion tab. And I guess apparently not a whole lot of people are well aware of these changes. Hence, I have made a announcement page that states why I made the necessary changes. I had decided to make those changes is because it had to be done. Because I'm clearly at the end of my ropes, and I'm really getting sick and tired of people taking advantage out of that self-promotion tab, and they don't do anything to help my channel grow. Like, you could leave all these advices all you want to, but even that's not going to help grow my channel in terms of the subscriber counts and the algorithm of the viewer watch hours. Like, I'm very close to 500 now, but I can't say the same thing in terms of how many people are watching any of my content. And the results of the YouTube studios in terms of the analysis page doesn't lie when it says that none of the members, well, not all my members, I want to say, have been 100% active in terms of my content. So I'm sorry that if you guys feel blindsided that you were kicked to the curb. I really am, but I've had to make these necessary changes. And until I could see much better results in the future, and until I see much better improvements in terms of my viewer counts, some of you folks are going to be restricted from ever using the self-promotion tab. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's just the way it is. And in fact, I really do think that these things that should be put under restriction. Sorry, that didn't come out right. Under restrictive notes. And I have seen quite a few content creators who I've been following put their self-promotion tabs through a paywall, which is understandable. And I'm literally trying to do the same thing, even though I'm not charging people any money. But all I ask is for people to start being active. And if they want to have their chance to promote their content, I'd expect some support in the future. And I've had to make these changes because, again, it was necessary, because I have seen a whole lot of the self-promotion tab being more active than anything else. Because now the self-promotion tab, hence it's being restricted to members only, it is now going by saying that when I grant you this perk, you now have a contract, and you are bound to do whatever you want in terms to promoting your own content, and all I ask in return is to help make improvements of my YouTube channel and or anything else that I use. Because otherwise, if I don't see any activities coming from certain people, and if I at least suspect that there is hardly anybody active in terms of these results that I have been witnessing it through the analysis page, their privileges to be self-promoting it through the community tab. I don't want to say the community tabs because I don't want to give anybody the wrong idea that my channel's a self-promotion channel, because it's not. I just give permission to people to use the self-promotion tabs through Discord. But the point is, all I ask is for people to be active in terms of my YouTube channel and helping to increase subscribers and viewer watch hours. But if they're not going to be doing that, they're going to lose their privilege to self-promote through my Discord page. So that's literally the bottom line. So that's why I'm making all these necessary changes. And I really do feel that it's necessary. And the reasoning why I made the Discord, it was not to give people permission to self-promote. No, that was not the case originally. I made the page on Discord is just so that we could be hyperactive in terms of having general discussions about gaming or whatever of the sort. To post selfies, their original cosplay appearance, or whatever in-game screenshots that they have that they would like to share. I have created channels for all those things, and so far I have not seen any of those being active. And the only thing that was active was, again, the self-promotion tab. And I'm now really starting to suspect that people are just easily getting too carried away and caught up with the excitement in promoting their own content rather than just giving support to the person who actually is giving them permission to do so. And I'm at the end of my ropes. Like, I could fully understand it that some of you folks are going to be busy in terms of your job, your school, whatever the sort in terms of living your life. But up until this point, I can't make any more exceptions. Because I'm really trying my hardest into providing great content. And because of very lacking in numbers that are not sharing this content out for the whole world to see, I've had no other choice but to take action. So again, I'm sorry that this is happening to some of you folks, but for those who actually were still active, I really much appreciate all the support that you're giving. And I do applaud you for all that you've done over the years. But for those who have not been very active, I've had to make these changes. And until I see more activity, I'm not going to do anything. And I'm not going to grant you permission to promote your content through my Discord. Because remember, that was my Discord server. I make the rules, and when I gave you permission to use the self-promotion tab, that was because you guys were active on my YouTube channel in terms of joining the live chats, watching my uploaded videos, and sharing the content out through your community tabs and whatever sorts of social media platforms that you use. That was the key reason. But if you go about being lacking any of those sorts of things, I would just simply do zippity-doo-dop for you, including giving you self-promotion access. So that's the bottom line. That's why I had to make these changes. I know that some of you folks would find it completely stupid, but it had to be done. And I know some of you folks are going to suggest that I should start doing shorts. But guess what? Even shorts is not going to be enough. The only way that these viewer counts are going to ever increase is for people to be active and for people to start sharing the content out. And that's why my channel is plummeting very bad in terms of the viewer base. I mean, I'm doing fine on unsubscribers, even though that it's roller coastering up and down, which is ridiculous, but that's perfectly normal. But for the sanctity of, in terms of the viewer base, that is a whole nother story. Let me gather myself, because I was going to do this Sunday, but fortunately, hence some folks couldn't take the time to read the announcement page, I've had to make this live stream just to make it abundantly clear where I stand. Yeah, and for those who are no longer gaining access to the self-promotion tabs, that is just how it's going to be. And if you see anybody that is still posting through that thing, that's because they were still active. They were still active. Yeah, so I'm gonna end the live stream before I lose any signal, because I really want to get this out of my chest as much as I could. So that's practically the bottom line as to why I had to make these changes. So hopefully that this clarified some things to your curiosity. So again, if you guys want access to the self-promotion tab on my Discord, all I ask is for you to be active. And all I ask... Sorry, I'll hear my lip. But anyways, all I ask is for you to help grow the subscriber count and help with increasing the viewer base and make the channel a whole lot more active as much as possible. And in return, I would gladly give you access to give you guys permission to self-promote your content on my Discord. But if you guys are not going to do that, it's very simple. You're not going to get access to any of that or anything else. And I intend to continue on with this going forward. So that's it. That's the full explanation. That's why I had to make these changes. So again, hopefully this answer your guys' questions and why I had to make these changes, and why some of you don't have access to the self-promotion page on my Discord. Those are my reasons why. So hopefully I will see you guys at the next live stream. If not, then that's fair, because I will only give the self-promotion access to those who are actually active. That is how I will know. That is how I will know who has been a loyal member to the channel or not. Oh, and by the way, if anybody finds that their mods were removed on my YouTube, that's another thing of why they were removed. It's because nobody was active on my chat at all. Not through my live streams or through my posted videos. So there's that too. And if you guys don't see it, that you guys have any access to the self-promotion page on my Discord, or if you see any of your mods removed on my YouTube channel, those are the reasons why. It's because of the lack of activity. And it had to be done. And those are the necessary changes that had to be made on my end. So hopefully I will see you guys in the next live stream, and hopefully I will see you guys watch any of my recent posted uploads. So see you guys next time.